Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take our seats. Asanteni sana. Your Excellency, Governors present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to join you today for the signing of the intergovernmental participation agreements on the implementation of the County Aggregation and Industrial Parks program between the national government and our counties. I sincerely thank our good friends, the Honorable Governors, for creating time to participate in this very important engagement, which reaffirms our shared commitment to economic transformation, industrial growth, and the creation of opportunities for all our people. I also wish to commend county governments for their continued partnership and cooperation in implementing this important national program. Today's ceremony marks yet another major milestone in our journey towards building a stronger, more productive, and more competitive economy. The signing of these agreements by 16 counties participating in this phase further strengthens the partnership between the national government and the county governments in driving industrialization at the grassroots. The County Aggregation and Industrial Parks program is one of the most consequential economic transformation initiatives under our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Its objective is simple but far-reaching: to take industry closer to the people, unlock the productive potential of our counties, and ensure that every part of Kenya participates meaningfully in national growth and prosperity. Once operational, and in the coming weeks, I will be operationalizing many of them with the participation of counties. These industrial parks will significantly expand value addition to agricultural and natural resources at the county level, reduce post-harvest losses, create jobs for thousands of young people, expand market access for local products, attract private investment into manufacturing and agro-processing, strengthen exports, and enhance the competitiveness of our counties and, by extension, our country. This program is about moving Kenya from a consumption economy to a production economy. It is about empowering farmers, supporting manufacturers, strengthening local enterprise, and creating wealth where our people live. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to note that the national government has honored its commitment to this program by disbursing a total of 8.5 billion, comprising 250 million to each of the 34 participating counties, including the 16 counties targeted in this financial year. And as was said by Waziri Lee, the monies from our end for this financial year have been disbursed in full. And 18 counties have already signed their agreements. And today's signing brings us even closer to full implementation across the country. So far, 10 out of the first 18 county aggregation industrial parks are now complete and ready for investors. Recent monitoring and evaluation exercises undertaken across participating counties have provided valuable insights into the progress made, the challenges encountered, and the interventions required to accelerate implementation and ensure timely completion. I think the first year, all of us, for those governors who were there the first year when we began, we had challenges of where to find the land, what was the nature of the agreement, who was responsible, and it took a bit of time. So the first year, we didn't make as much progress, but I'm very happy that subsequently, all of us understood what was necessary to be done and how important this program was for especially our business people at the grassroots. setting up infrastructure is a very big component, and it actually becomes an impediment to value addition, processing, manufacturing at the local level. Every county aggregation industrial park costs us 500 million. If you ask local people, to put up a facility of 500 million people, it will not happen, And that is why we end up with little, things all over the place. And then they do not have the muscle to, market what they are manufacturing. I therefore ask and urge implementing counties to fast track whatever other infrastructure developments that are required to strengthen governance and accountability systems, ensure prudent utilization of public resources, prepare for investor onboarding, and of course, the ultimate operationalization, and work closely with the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, and the relevant agencies to resolve any emerging issues. The ministry remains fully committed to providing the policy direction, technical support, and coordination necessary for the successful implementation of this program. We shall continue working closely with county governments, development partners, and the private sector to ensure that these parks become engines of growth, innovation, job creation, and economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, today's signing is more than an administrative exercise. It is a statement of our collective resolve to transform livelihoods, expand economic opportunity, create jobs, and build a more inclusive and prosperous Kenya. Together, we are laying the foundation for a stronger industrial economy that creates dignity through work, opportunity through enterprise, and prosperity through production. I have had conversations with many county governors on the operationalization of these county aggregation and industrial parks. And we have had discussions on some of the issues that are outstanding. I know, for example, that for us to extract the real value from these county aggregation industrial parks, our original plan was to make sure that we have common user facilities. That is how we will take it to the next level. Yes, we have put up the infrastructure, we have the buildings, we have the cold rooms, we have all the other facilities in there. We've built some, facilities around it. But the next hurdle for our manufacturers, value addition, small enterprises, micro enterprises, is equipment, And we are providing in the coming budget resources to make sure that we bring on board common user facilities in every county aggregation and industrial park. I have asked Lee and his team to provide between 100 million and 150 million for every county aggregation park. And I think we have in the budget 2.4 billion for that. So we are beginning July. We're going to work with the counties so that for every county, they should be able to tell us what are the common user facilities that are required for the enterprises that are in your county, for the value addition requirements in your county. And with 100 million shillings, we can have a lot of equipment to support the micro, small, and medium enterprises in your counties to be able to process milk, process vegetables, package some of your products, nuts, fruits, and many of the things that people produce in our counties. I know you are aware that we have a big rollout, which I have worked with you to build markets. And the markets we have in place are very modern markets now, as you have seen. And therefore, those markets will be the places where we are going to take the processed, goods from these county aggregation industrial parks. It is time we improved our packaging. It's time we improved our presentation. We have cold rooms in county aggregation industrial parks. We also have cold rooms in our markets. So post-harvest losses can now be managed much more efficiently. And that way, we can put more money in the pockets of our farmers and put more money in the pockets of our traders. Because that way, we minimize losses that come as a result of lack of infrastructure. So I am very clear in my mind that this journey that we started, we are making progress. Countries that have succeeded in exporting products have started from the grassroots. If you see some of the furniture we import from all manner of places, if you go to where they are being produced in little villages. Some of the furniture, and I don't know what, we buy from China. If you go to the factories, they are in some backroom place, some place maybe like in Kirinyaga or some place like in Embu or some place like in Bungoma. But once there are facilities to support the entrepreneurs, once we have common user facilities, then those entrepreneurs can produce world-class products in every place in the Republic of Kenya. Because what stands between them and world-class products is space and equipment. So we are providing space at the County Aggregation Industrial Park, and we are providing equipment for them to produce. When we thought about this, we were informed by what is happening in Karioko. In Karioko, it's a small place, but because of common user facilities that are there, many traders use the same facilities. Not every trader has the capacity to buy, but given an opportunity, they have the expertise to use whatever facility that is there. So this is how we are going to run this, and that's why I'm asking counties to provide the governance structure on how we are going to operationalize the aggregation parks and how we are going to use the common user facilities and how to use it sustainably. It cannot be in a manner that if it breaks down, then there is no way of repairing. There has to be a sustainability mechanism built into it. And that is why I'm asking counties to step up and provide that kind of, and we can discuss if there will be need for us to have a standard legislation to operationalize and to make sure, and I think that goes even for our markets. I think it is very important. I went to one market in a place called Masimba with Simbarati. And after he looked at it, he told me, I think I have changed my mind. You should not just transfer these markets to us. Because if you do, it will become very difficult for us to manage. We might have to have a common position on how do we use these markets in a way that they are sustainable. So that, the market can be clean, the market can be proper, and nobody takes advantage of, and we also avoid cartelling, where somebody takes up space in the market, and instead of trading, they began to trade with the space itself. This is my space, pay me something, then you can trade from here. So we need to avoid those kind of things. And I think we know the history of what has happened in the past. So we have to work at it together. So, good people, I am very proud. This afternoon is a great moment for us. And this is how national government and county government are supposed to be working. Really. I know we have finished on the big subject that was there on our bursaries. I hope now every county can disburse their bursaries because we have set up the framework to do that. This is not about boundaries of which government starts where and stops where. This is about service. It's about the people. And the people want to be served by government. And government is both national government and county government. And you have seen the tremendous progress we have made when we work together, when we create synergy. It's a win-win for both levels of government and more importantly, for the people. Because then we get to get stuff done without too much bureaucracy and too much start and stop. We make it seamless. So again, I know we have another function, again, which we are doing jointly on a very important subject about health. I know there are some outstanding manenos which we need to clear up on some of our other issues, but I am very confident that we have the goodwill to be able to sort out whatever other issues that are there. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Yes, we'll progress. I'll request that governors will join His Excellency to this way, sir. Governors will go this way. The rest of us, kindly let's progress to the pavilion. Kindly let's progress to the pavilion.